of year again that I will be doing another coaster breakdown for 2020. Now, these are all good additions for each theme parks coming, for 2020. So, I'll be breaking those coasters down um, today. So, we're gonna be kicking off with Emperor at SeaWorld or San Diego. Uh, with the tallest and fastest dive coaster in California. Now they're marketing it as a tallest and longest floorless dive coaster. So, because due to hang time at Knott's Farm, so we're gonna get to the stats. The length is 2,500 feet of track, and the height is 153 feet tall, with a speed of 60 miles per hour. Has three inversions and built by Bolliger and Mabillard. Unique coaster. The name was going to be Mako, but name changes during IAPA, so Emperors should be a better name than Mako does, since they have the same namesake at the SeaWorld Orlando. So, next coaster to break down, we have the most popular Orion coming to Kings Island in 2020. One of the weaker B&M Gigas, so we're going to get to the stats. The length is 5,321 feet of track, and the height is only 287 feet, and the speed is 91 miles per hour, and it's built by Bolliger and Mabillard. Now, one of the reasons why this is a weaker B&M Giga, because it's not as tall as the other ones, and it is only 287 feet tall, probably because of marketing purposes of Cedar Point. So, yeah, I do like the color scheme though. It looks unique. There's no blue coaster at the park anyways. The closest one you can get is Vortex, but that's now being removed. So, next coaster to break down, we have Icebreaker coming to SeaWorld Orlando in 2020. So, this is actually its first kind for Premier Rides. It is a switchback shuttle launch coaster. So you do kind of launch like what you do in Pantheon coming in Busch Gardens Williamsburg. So it does have that spike. So you're going to get to the stats. So the height is only 93 feet, probably including that spike at the back, and the top speed goes 52 miles per hour, and it doesn't really go upside down, and it is built by Premier Rides, probably because this is one of the mild family coasters coming to SeaWorld Orlando. So coaster is really unique, and I'm glad that SeaWorld Orlando is finally getting a launch coaster. The SeaWorld Orlando did not have a launch coaster before, and finally they're bringing one in. So that actually fits in with their coaster collection very nicely. And next coaster to break down is Texas Stingray. So this is a great GCI. It does have a lot of the maneuvers and bank turns, so it's really popular for that. Let's get to the stats. Length is only 3,379 feet of track. The height is only 96 feet, but it does have a 100 feet drop that makes it unique. Speed is only 50 miles per hour. Like I said before, it doesn't really have any inversions, and the manufacturer is Great Coasters International. And what's different is that this is going to have a steel hybrid structure, like what you see on RMC coasters. They did unveil the train at IAPA, as what I saw on YouTube, and it does look cute and unique for the train. So yeah, next coaster to break down is the most popular Iron Gwazi, coming to Busch Gardens Tampa Bay in 2020. So what is unique about this is taller than Steel Vengeance, and it is actually only 1 inch taller than Steel Vengeance, and could be one of the most better coasters than Steel Vengeance here in the United States, and making this the tallest RMC hypercoaster. So now we're gonna get to the stats. And before we get to the stats, just to let you know that the trains has been released in IAPA if you're new to the coaster industry and channel in general. So stats is only 4,075 feet of track, height 206 feet, speed 76 miles per hour, and it has 3 inversions, manufactured by Rocky Mountain Construction. This is a really good roller coaster. I think one of the most anticipated and favorite roller coasters that are coming out in 2020. So, yeah. And I do like the purple color scheme. And just to let you guys know, purple is my favorite color. So this is one of also my favorite coasters, but isn't in my home park. Next coaster to break down is Aquaman Power Wave coming to Six Flags Over Texas. And it's been rumored before that they're going to get a power coaster for Six Flags Over Texas. And finally did happen. So, now we're going to get to the stats. The length is only 708.7 feet of track, and the height is only 146 feet. That's including the spikes on the each side of the ride, and the speed only goes 62.1 miles per hour, and it doesn't go upside down, and it's manufactured by Mack Rides. So what's unique about this is it's first kind in the United States. Now the only downside, like I said before, there's no turning round table on the ride to run 2 boats. Next ride to break down. This is actually a relocated roller coaster, but we're going to include this for our breakdown. And it is actually going to Fun Spot in Kissimmee, Florida. It was stored at Fun Spot there in Georgia, and now it's been relocated here at Fun Spot in Kissimmee. So the name of this coaster is Hurricane, if you guys are not familiar with this roller coaster. So stats, the length is only 1,300 feet of track, height 52 feet, manufactured by E&F Miller Industries. So this is a good family coaster, and is going to Fun Spot Kissimmee, Florida. So this is probably going to be their 4th coaster. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah. Same color scheme as Orion, by the way. Next coaster to break down. One of the popular coasters is Jersey Devil Coaster. Probably also one of the most anticipated coasters that are coming in 2020. Probably in 2nd place. These are the one out of the 2 RMCs. These are the 2 out of the 2 RMCs coming out in 2020. And we have the stats. The length is only 3,000 feet of track. Height 130 feet tall. And the speed is only 58 miles per hour. And it does go upside down 3 times, and manufactured by Rocky Mountain Construction. What makes this unique is this is also a RMC Raptor track, but it is actually a custom designed coaster, different than the current ones in existence, Railblazer at California's Great America, and Wonder Woman Golden Lazo Coaster down at Six Flags Fiesta Texas that opened in 2018. Next coaster to break down. Ammonium coming to Hershey Park. This is probably one of the other popular coasters that are coming in 2020. So stats, length 4,636 feet of track, height 210 feet, speed 76 miles per hour, inversions, yeah. Manufactured by Bolliger and Mabillard. And what makes this unique is themed to the candies, Twizzlers, Kisses, and I think the Hershey bar. I think possibly in Reese's candies. So the trains will be themed to those candies, and the colors do look unique on the coaster track. So yeah. Next coaster to break down, Pantheon at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Probably one of the favorites out there. Similar to Icebreaker, but it does, have a different layout, of course, and it's going to a different park. Um, Stats: length 3,328 feet of track, height 178 feet, top speed is 73 miles per hour, and it doesn't really go upside down. Correct me if I'm wrong. Uh, and manufacturers by Intamin. So Pantheon is actually longer than Icebreaker. So to be honest, this is probably also going to fit their lineup um, good. So yeah, the color scheme of this roller coaster is actually a tan color. So if we go ahead and check the construction photos, the color scheme is actually tan track with the supports too. So Pantheon, yeah. Uh, Next coaster to break down, Primordial. This has actually just been leaked. There's really no manufacturer yet that been announced. There's no type of coaster or something like that. But this is just a prediction that it might just be a spinning coaster. So yeah, there's really no stats to be signing on this one, but it's still coming out in 2020 in Lagoon in Farmington, Utah. Next coaster to break down, uh, Sidewinder Safari. This is coming to Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. Now, last year they also got a coaster, which is Batman the Ride. So this is the 2 years in a row that they got a coaster, and this is their second year getting their coaster. Let's get to the stats. And before we get to the stats, just so guys let you know that um, some people thought that this is going to be a relocation from Six Flags America from Raging Cajun, but actually I've heard that this is going to be a completely different coaster and not going to be relocated from Raging Cajun down at Six Flags America. This is going to be a clone, but it's not going to be a relocation. Now, they do have the same color scheme, as you can tell from the image. So yeah, stats, the length is only 1,378 feet tall. Height is only 42 feet. Speed 29 miles per hour. Manufactured by Zamperla. Now, this is a good spinning family coaster. Uh, this, I don't know where it's going. I forgot where it's going. So just tell me where it's going in the comment below. Next coaster to break down we have is Vipair. Uh, this is a relocation ride actually, but we're still including this for the 2020 coaster breakdown because it's still required as a roller coaster. Now, some people were kind of sad that Green Lantern was gonna leave, and apparently this is a relocated ride from Six Flags Magic Mountain. They just changed the name though, but the track will have the same color scheme. Now, I don't know what's gonna happen to the logo on the sides of the ride, if the Green Lantern logo will stay or will leave. But I'm pretty sure that the logo will leave because, of course, it wouldn't make any sense to put on the ride if it has a different name. Now, of course, if you're not familiar with the roller coaster Magic Mountain Green Lantern, well, I have the stats for you up here on the list. So, the length is 810.4 feet of track. Height is only 105 feet. Top speed is 34.2 miles per hour. And yeah, manufacturers by Intamin. So I think those are all the coasters that I will be breaking down for the 2020 year. So uh, what coasters are you more anticipated for 2020? Please comment down below. Uh, I think I don't have any out of this year, but you know, but the closest coaster that I would be anticipated for is Emperor coming to Six Flags SeaWorld San Diego in 2020. Probably because it's only in the United States and it's only in California. So that's the only coaster that I'm most anticipated for 2020. There's no other coasters coming in California. Wait, there is Sidewinder Safari, but that's only a family coaster. If you're talking about intensity, then Emperor would be the only coaster coming in California for 2020. So those are all it, and I hope you enjoyed this little coaster. I mean, this coaster breakdown. Uh, there could be possibly another one next year if you do enjoy these. So hope you enjoyed this coaster breakdown, and I'll see you guys in the next.